Communication. On the front page of the Brightspace page, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see a little section there that's got a picture of myself, my telephone number, my email, and our office hours. Now, the best way to communicate with me is through email, which is my last name and my first initial, grahusky@gtc.edu. Now, you can use that voicemail system and give me a call. 99% chance that what'll happen is that you'll get to my voicemail, and then that will send me a transcript of your message to my email. Now, kind of what's listed in the syllabus, and we talk about the school policy, is that I get back to you within 48 hours. But I will say there's a little bit of a caveat there. To try, as I've developed and got into my career, realize that work-life balance is important, especially since I do a lot of work from home, is that I try to keep Saturday and Sundays kind of not at working as much as I do Monday through Friday. And so I may or may not communicate with you on Saturday and Sundays. My office hours are listed. And the situation with the office hours is this. School wants me to identify 5 hours a week that I've blocked away for office hours. But really, I meet with students at any given time. And so a lot of times, if a student says, hey, I have a question, I'd like to discuss something with you, let me know what days and times work for you, and we could set up a Zoom and get something out and meet with you then. And so it doesn't have to just be during those quote-unquote self-prescribed office hours. And the last thing I want to talk about here is something that we're going to be doing, which is called the idea check-in. Now, what will happen is starting week 2, we will start this process. And what the idea check-in is, at the end of the semester, you will be given the opportunity to review every single class that you're taking here. And so we call it the idea survey. And so there's basically 6 questions on the idea survey that really relates to, am I doing my job providing a good educational experience for you in this class? And so we'll start this process off by having a discussion board post that will identify each of those 6 areas, and then have you tell me what you feel a good instructor does to meet the high efficiency mark for each of those areas. Now, the one problem I've always had with any of these surveys that we send out is that if you let me know at the end of the class that you're like, this hasn't been great for me. Well, if I find that out, if you figure out, you would just put in the end of the class, reports have to be sent through, blah, 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 blah. We get something probably 3 to 4 weeks after the class is done. We get those reports. Well, 4 weeks after the class is done to find out you didn't like the class is too late for me, really, and too late for you as a student for that process. And so what we will do every single week, I will ask you 2 or 3 of those components. How do you feel those 3 of those components are working each week? And so that will give me the opportunity then to look at those items and say, okay, here are the things I can do, or maybe there's some areas that I need to address throughout the course. And so my whole thing with this is just always making sure I'm providing the best experience for you and as a student, and always looking at constant improvement in terms of what can I do better. And so I really think that this will be a valuable piece. I really want to see everyone participate in that. Now, the idea check-ins, other than the first discussion board I talked about, is just going to be a form, a link to a form that I will submit in the assignment section for each class. And it'll be anonymous. I won't know what your actual individual response is unless you self-identify yourself in that response. But I do ask that everyone does participate in it. Again, that will help in terms of making sure we're providing the best level of service to you as possible.